How's it going, YouTube? Dome here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to job hunt without anybody knowing. So, what do I mean by this? I mean how to job hunt without your employer knowing, right? So this is one of the struggles that I faced when going through my first job search, especially when I was coming out of college, because I was working like this minimum wage job, but I didn't want to let anybody know that I was looking for a new job. Right? And it can get kind of hard because, you might be underpaid, you might not enjoy the benefits that you're currently getting in your job. You know that you want to search a new job and you want to let them know that, you're looking for a new position, but maybe your boss is pretty active on LinkedIn, HR is pretty active on LinkedIn. It wouldn't be a good look, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a video to kind of show you how to get over these and how kind of to job hunt, especially on LinkedIn, right? Because that's going to be the main thing that I talk about in this video is LinkedIn, because you can easily go on anonymous job sites like Aura or Indeed or Glassdoor or Monster, and that could be a way to approach it. But in my opinion, especially for software engineers, LinkedIn is very, very effective. So let's get right into it and let's tell you exactly how to do it. So instead of posting that you're open to work, you have that little banner that says open to work, and you post something that says, hey, I'm in need of a job. I would like a position in X, Y, and Z, software engineer, full stack developer, yada, yada, yada. Instead, what you want to do is you want to add other recruiters from other companies. You also want to add engineering managers and perhaps even senior software engineers. The reason why you want to do that is sometimes they will post that they're hiring for their specific teams, and what you're going to do is you're going to comment on them, right? So this is kind of an indirect way for you to kind of let out the word that, hey, I'm looking for a new position and I'm searching for a new job. Now the way you approach this is not going to be your typical, because I've actually been looking a lot on LinkedIn and I see this mistake being made all the time. What a lot of people do is like they see an interesting position and they copy paste the exact same thing to each of them, right? So they say, hey, this opportunity looks really good, my name is, insert your name here, I graduated from XYZ University, I have experience in yada yada yada. First of all, they're not going to read that. What you want to do is you want to first send them a connection request, right? The reason why you want to send them a connection request is you want to directly send a message to them, like a direct message. Now you could use InMail, but for my sales background, InMails aren't as effective as actually sending out a connection request and then messaging them after, because the InMails will go to a separate inbox, right? And they'll be labeled as an InMail, right? And they're much less likely to be receptive to your InMail as opposed to connecting to them. So the question might be, well, how do you connect to them? The way you connect to them is you want to establish some common ground, right? In order for them to accept your connection request, it needs to be personalized. So what I like to do is, let's say that they went to the same school as me. I would say something along the lines of, hey John, I see we both are GGs. Nice to see some fellow GGs in the Bay Area. Would love to connect. That's all you need to do, right? It doesn't need to be complicated. It's just as simple as that. But what if you aren't both at the same alumni? What do you say there? What you want to do is you want to read their profile. And usually they have a little bit of an about blog saying what they do, what their interests are, and stuff like that. I think there was one recruiter that I remember specifically posted something about Letterkenny. So I put Letterkenny in my connection request, and she accepted right away, and that was my in. What you want to do is you want to get that in by establishing some common ground. Now, if you can't find anything, what you want to do is you just want to compliment them. Like, one of the things that I like to go to is I see what school that they went to, right? And I look up what sports that they're involved in. Because especially with like these American colleges, everyone's passionate about their mascot or their school. Like if you go to USC, for example, I would say something along the lines of, "Hey, I saw you went to USC. Go Trojans!" Right? And everybody likes football in America, especially college football. So usually that's something that I get in return. Now, what if they don't respond to your connection requests? That doesn't mean the end of it. What you want to do is at the same time that you reach out to them through the connection request, you want to send them an email, right? What you want to do is you want to, firstly, what you could do is you could use automated tools like hunter.io or snow.io to automatically find their email. But if you don't want to do that, you could also guess their email, right? So if they work at a smaller startup, usually it's going to be first@domain.com. Or if they work at a slightly bigger company, it might be firstname.lastname@domain.com, or first initial dot last initial, or without the period at domain.com. Just try all of them. Some of them will bounce, some of them won't get delivered, but that's okay. You just got to keep guessing to see if you can get deliverability. The one thing I like about email is you can consistently follow up and you can make everything automated, right? I have another video on my channel that talks all about my email flow, and I really recommend you watch that. And that's kind of the way you kind of anonymize your job hunting strategies. And the beautiful thing is, when you add other software engineers as well, I highly recommend that you do that. They're going to notice that you've been commenting these things on people's posts, and they might have opportunities for you. In fact, I just got reached out by an old colleague of mine saying that, "Hey, I recognize you from Formation. I saw that you were commenting on a bunch of iOS engineer posts. I talked to my hiring manager, and they said they're open to mid to junior level developers. Would you like to have a conversation about that?" That's kind of the beauty of it, So I hope that was helpful. In the next video, what we're going to talk about is this kind of stuff more in depth on job hunting strategies and some of the mistakes that I made in my job hunting endeavor, I guess you could say, that really cost me 2 years. So stay tuned for that. But without further ado, make sure you like the video. Subscribe, as it really helps support the channel and lets me know that you enjoy content like this. And I'll see you in the next video.